It's something, you know, when they kid like this, you need to go.
So I started martial arts when I was 6 years old. Started kung fu. I was always like hyperactive as a kid, so I just playing sports. So they got me into doing kung fu. I did that for I was training until I was probably about 14, 15, and started messing around with boxing. Never really took, not training seriously for boxing, but just got into it. And then Muay Thai, it was like a natural progression into Muay Thai. And when I was about 19, I started doing Muay Thai. I think it came to this, it was like a channel. It was a channel for me. I had a bit of aggression within me growing up. And it was just a way to get it out. Yeah, it was. I'm from Birmingham, but where it is in Birmingham I'm from, it was like there was a lot of hostility, like a bit of racism, to be honest. And yeah, it was just my way to get it out. It's my way to get out. I tried it through football, but we were still fighting there, me and my cousins, and then it just kind of turned into combat. And I felt a nice connection with it. Kung Fu is like it was like a full body, I think it was good for discipline. We were actually talking about this before you came, because I know the boys, they had karate background. I had a kung fu background, and although it's not as practical, it's very good for discipline. So I think for all young kids, especially like kids who have a lot of hyperactivity, it's good to get into that because it keeps you disciplined. I wasn't. If I came in late to my gym, my teacher he would punish the whole group. But if I didn't come and I didn't acknowledge, I didn't bow, then I wouldn't get seen to in the session. So it kind of got discipline into me. And then as I got older, I saw that I like using my hands more than my legs. So I like fast hands. So that got into boxing. And then actually I got into Muay Thai because one of the boys that I used to box with, he was like, yeah, man, Muay Thai is it's pretty much the same as original Kung Fu, free fighting Kung Fu, it's in Muay Thai, but with throws and everything. But they don't really practice that. It's called Sanda. So he just developed. Oh, okay, let's just try Muay Thai then. What I like the most about Muay Thai is that you're always learning about it. I might have done it for years, and then a few years later, I will learn a different way of throwing a jab, or a different way of controlling the range. I think what I like most about it is that what happens outside in your life, it affects how you are in the ring, and so your style's always changing. You know what I mean? When I first started, it was just always aggressive with style, and then as things happen in your life, and your style changes, and then you learn new things because of that style.
Interesting.
So it's like a constant progression. I think constant progression. Like right now, we're training for the fun of it and eating. It's all about the eating. It feels like we're just falling in love with it. We're only hitting pads, just working on your style. You're developing your eyes. Just have fun with it. It's a lot more relaxed. In the camp, it's just, I think the whole energy changes in the gym. Like if one of the boys we have a fight, the whole mentality changes because you know that there's someone else training to take you out. So you got to lock in, otherwise you're going to get taken out. So the intensity changes, everything just becomes like twice as hard. But if you time it all right, it's a beautiful thing. Yeah, man, in between comes definitely. I think that's when we do a development. We look at, for example, we talk about what happened in the last fight, how I felt, what I feel like I could have got worked on, and we say the same with Jay, and Jay says it's me, Samir as well. We all kind of we bounce ideas off each other, and then when we hit pads, we try and develop that. We develop that a lot. But I think that's the blessing I have with having the boys and also having Phil. Phil's such a great tactician. He sees things really well, so he can just tell you and the adjustments that you can make. Phil's good at that. I do sessions with Phil, and it's more mind training than physical, to be honest. We'll hit pads. We'll do shadow work and we'll do pad work. He sets. He'll show you the mentality behind doing it, like why you would want to do this. You should do this, why, and then when you're doing this, you got to see what he's doing, and you should try this because you like to do this. And he just, he gives me so much stuff in that session. I got to write it down. I'm writing it down on my phone, and when I'm on the way back and forth from the session, I'm reading it. And I've only been doing this for like the writing stuff on the phone. I've been doing it for like a year now, and I think I've had the most development because of that. I'm at a point now where I do all the physical stuff myself. Like I can do S&C, we do the pad work with these boys, we got the rounds in, and we all motivate each other. And Phil just gives it like the adjustments. He just says, yeah, work this, okay, work that, and I'm gonna put the work in there. I'm still in love with the sport. Yeah, I know a lot of people like fighters, and none of them fight anymore because they would only train for the fight camps. Outside the fight camp, they're partying, they're doing all sorts of stuff, and then after a while, you just like, oh, I'm not gonna fight again. No, I don't want to do it. Whereas if you keep the training continuous, you keep your rhythm, you keep the timing. I think it's a lot easier to just kind of go into it because I'm training, and then you just want to fight, you just want to test yourself. Something seems to have happened in the last year where like I don't know whether it's I'm in a good rhythm, the timing, but I'm just kind of in love with it again. I've had times in my career where I was doing that, like I would have a fight and then I'd just be out of it, and I was only fighting for the sake of it. And it was like a good few years, and then I wasn't really making progression as a fighter in terms of skill. I was just training and fighting for the sake of it. So I guess that chapter closed. I broke my jaw, so that wasn't the way to go forward. But it's all just falling in love with. I train that just because I feel like it. Instead of going to the gym and going for fun and do weights, I'll just hit pads and GS. And I'll do the gym stuff on the side just to fall in love with it. Like having an element of patience and control. Because that was one thing that I struggled with a lot, patience and just, having control over things. I think you got to act, it's an impulsive sport, you got to act on instinct and impulse. Someone's hitting you, you got to take them out straight away. Doing it in like one jab, one feint, double jab. Controlled way to an extent. You know what I mean? So you hit, but in those split seconds, you're like assessing it and then just take your time. Like anything, like if something happens in my life, rather than just react straight away, you've got to take a step back and just assess. 100%. That's another thing, the focus. What you just said, that's having focus in a fight camp. You can translate that into your life. So if you've got like something happening and you just focus on that, stay present. Like we were talking about last time, about mindfulness. Just be present and focus on the task, and then you can get it done. Like the mindfulness is the most important thing that's helped me. Again, for the focus, it just helps me. Like before I was very like trying to do 20 things at once, chasing so many rabbits, and I never really got anywhere. And then I had a lot of situations happen in my life, and I took a fight on that I shouldn't have really took, and I got my jaw broke, and that kind of reset my life. And to be honest, that whole situation got me doing what I'm doing now. So coaching and giving me a focus in my life. I felt great going into the fight. We prepared for the opponent well. We didn't fight as expected. I was expecting him to be a bit more aggressive. He was a bit more counter. It was fully counter. The first round, I was in an exchange with him, and as I was pulling out the exchange, he kind of flicked a head kick, and he grazed me with a head kick, and then I realised that he's just waiting to catch me like that. So it turned it into a chess match, like a full-on, like I would hit him and then just come out, go in, go out. And at the time, I was quite frustrated. But then on that night, after the videos, I was like, this is actually all right. And I thought it went like it looked clean. I was actually uninjured. That's why I was training on the shoes after. I had no injuries. I was just clean. I've never had a fight like that. I've never actually fought in that way where it was just like hit and assess, hit and then assess. And then by the third time I was enjoying it, yeah, because he was just picking him up. I feel in a good place there, 100%. Outside the life and inside the ring as well. I'm very looking forward to it. To be honest, I wouldn't change it for the world because I learned a lot from it, and there's still stuff I gotta learn. You know, I'm not complete, but I just feel in a good rhythm right now, and I think next year is going to be a good year for all of us.
When the fight was done, you got your hand raised. How did you feel?
I felt good. I felt great. It was like I said, it was a different style of fighting, different style of win, and I know I can do it now. The style that I fought in that last fight was the style that I used to hate when I first started. You know, them guys that are just like picking off and coming back. I used to hate fighting them guys, and now I've become it. Well, I fought that way in the last fight, and yeah, I was really thinking it was like a full circle thing. So yeah, I know I can fight that style now, so it gave me a bit of confidence as well. Yeah, I know I can do it now. I think I can do it now, definitely. After seeing that last fight, it's like a different Pokemon. You know, like damn different Pokemon to take out. Like, I choose you, and I feel a lot more confident. I feel like I can adapt a lot better. Of course, you have to have a game plan. It gives me a lot more confidence, for sure in my ability and what I can do.
What's the most proudest moment? What's the fight that really sticks out to you? This one, by the way.
Oh. There's a few, man. There's a few, but I think one that comes straight to mind is when I fought Barry Lewis, because he was a ranked fighter. He was a ranked fighter, and it was on paper. It was like the toughest in the fight, and the work that I put into it, the physical and the mental work that I put into that, you know, I left no stone unturned, and the result was great. The result was really good. Like, I remember the feeling I had after that. I started in the first round, and the feeling was just like, you know, yeah, I just felt like it's all kind of wrapping and coming together. You know, there's been a lot. Thinking about it now, there's a lot, man. That's it. The fights. Switching up the rhythm. No, I always fight. I always kind of fight in a offbeat kind of style. Sometimes a slow down and change between the rhythms. Instead of just fighting it one way, just kind of mix between the two.
What does that do to your opponent? So when you're fighting, you're able to execute something like that. What do you think that's your opponent?
Being more predictable. I think it'd be a lot more predictable. So, if they're training to fight me, they'll think, oh, Sam likes to do this. But if I can bring in different rhythms into the round with styles, it'd be a lot harder to kill. I'm already hard to kill, but it'd be a lot harder to kill. Or a lot more trust in your instinct. If you're putting the work in, just trust your instinct. You're doing the homework, you're doing the mental work, just put your trust on it. Don't deep it too much. You know, if you're doing all the work, you're doing every hour in, and then you're at home thinking, oh, am I training enough? Am I doing that? Shit, I should do this. And then it's like you're counterproductive. But I used to do it a bit. I used to be training hard and then thinking hard as well. But if you're training hard and thinking hard in the gym, outside the gym, you just focus on recovering. Well, yeah, that's it. Focus on the recovery, mentally and physically. A tough fight, it brings out your weakness. I think it really tells you what you need to work out. And you do stuff that you're not aware of. I think my last tough fight was when I fought Michael Lynch in Birmingham. It was like the force of I had a good few rounds, and then the fourth and the fifth round, he just like, he hits like a second, he went up another gear, and we were already going quite fast in the first few, like 2-3 rounds, and then he went up another gear, and I was like, I remember thinking like, yeah, this boy's fit, and I didn't fall, but when you're having them like internal dialogue in a fight, that's what you need to control. And I thought, I mean, at that time, I thought, yeah, I need to get hold of this. I like to be perfectionist, man. So I'm always like, I'll do like a whole thing. First, like, oh, why did I do this? Why did I do this? Why did I do that?
Yeah.
Did I do that? And then, you know, after going through that whole time, I'll be like, okay, now, but you did this, it's all right, you did that. You know, because I do like to try and improve as much as I can. I feel like in that stage now, what you just said then, I feel like it's in that stage now, yeah. Because it's been this year, it's been 3 fights and 3 different styles of fights. And I feel like I've adapted. But there's always something, man. We just got to keep going.
That's what makes it fun, though, isn't it?
Yeah, man, exactly. You can't get complacent, just got to keep people around me. I mean, my 2 boys behind me, so me and Gia, they're like, we all kind of, I feel like we're all in our time right now. It's a good energy, we're all kind of motivating each other, developing each other's styles. And I mean, we're all like kind of seasoned fighters. And it's just like giving each other energy. My coach, Phil, you know, he's also like a mentor. He's giving us game plan and he's giving me ways to constantly improve. And my partner, Belle, she's great. She's always supporting me, supporting my lifestyle. She's training as well. And the people that we're in the gym with, they like kind of give me the motivation as well because I'm teaching them and then I'm sparring them as well. So I've got to keep on point because if I'm not on point and they're, you know, I'm their coach. So it gives me motivation as well to just achieve more and progress further.
If I was to ask someone that knows you, what's Saj's greatest strength, what would they say?
Well, I don't know, man. Consistency. I think just consistency, yeah. Just like I turn up.
What's next for you, Saj?
More fights, higher fights. Go up the rankings. Want to get more titles. I think April's going to get a title shot. But we'll just keep working out, man. Keep going up. I want to thank my family for everything they've done to support, my partner, Al, my coach, Philip, the boys behind. they're my biggest, you know, my biggest training partners that I've had throughout my career. All the people in the gym that I train, Team Tieu official, Team Tieu, you know, in Holborn, Farringdon, Ealing, all of that. Yeah, man, everyone's driving each other.
12 years in terms of your fight career, you've had all kinds of roller coaster, ups and downs and everything in the middle, wins and all kinds of stuff. When you look back, Saj, at everything you've done to where you are now, are you proud of yourself?
I'm proud, yeah, I'm proud of myself. I had a lot of, you know, bumps in the road. And I mean, with lockdown, there was 2 years of not fighting. I broke my jaw, that was another year of not fighting. So really it was 9 years, but it was 12 years in total. But yeah, there's been a lot happening in my life. I was thinking of it a few days ago, how I've changed as a person since when I started. It's been a lot, like a lot, and I'm like, really grateful for the sport. Without the sport, I'd be in a different place. I don't know where I'd be. I don't know what I'd be doing. It's given me a focus in my life and it's become who I am now. And I'm very grateful for the journey. All the people that I've met, man. All the people that I've met. You included.
Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate that.
This is the shape on the top already. Let's go.